Welcome to Board Game Archaeologists. We play time-worn games from the past. I'm Hunter,
I'm Rob.
and today we're looking at the Itchy and Scratchy game.
The Itchy and Scratchy game, the classic game of chase, cover, and capture. Itchy and Scratchy being from the famous Simpsons show from 2005 from Sababa Toys.
The objective of the game is similarly to Connect 4, or Connect 5 in this case. You want to get it so you have 5 upward-facing tokens on the board.
Yep, and really, the game only comes with 8 tokens with Scratchy, 8 tokens with Itchy.
And really, I think the simplest way to break down the rules for you is kind of just to do a single round in front of you. And so when you play the Itchy and Scratchy game, the Itchy always goes first.
Because I'm a mouse.
And so the first round always kind of ends the same, where you have 2 pieces on the board. I think technically it's like I can place on top of your piece too,
Right.
and build from there. But a lot of the time it will begin like that.
So second, I can either go on the side or I can place on top. And you can go up to 3 levels up. And the other player can move on his Hunter's turn. He can either play my pieces or his, but he can't play the piece that was just played. So this one's a safe play if I put it there.
And you can start stacks wherever you want to, so long as because the only pieces that you can't really move are the ones that are fundamentally on the bottom and next to each other. So for example, the 2 Itchies there are locked into place.
Right, so it's always good to kind of spread out.
And a huge part of it as the game progresses is remembering which pieces are underneath other pieces.
Yep. That's where I usually falter right there.
It becomes a memory game very quickly.
So the whole goal is to keep moving around, and I can't move his player now, but I can move any other player, and I'm trying to remember where Itchy is below these, and I'm already kind of lost, and I don't want to give him any more spaces.
Because a huge part is just knowing what's directly below. And once you touch a piece, you can't change your mind. Once you see what's underneath that piece, you can't suddenly change.
Oh. So I just picked one forgetting what was underneath and left another scratch, and he did the same, keeping me alive for at least one more time. Oh.
But a lot of it will be that back and forth where you're constantly trying to find that situation where you don't get. But the idea,
And there it is.
to get 5 upward facing tokens.
So yeah. So this is for ages 6 and up. And I think it would be kind of tough for a 6-year-old. It's kind of hard for me to grasp it until you start looking at it and just trying to keep people at 3 kind of thing. It's also made for 2 players. Obviously, there's only 8. I'm sure you could figure out a way to make more players in it. And there's other ways to keep score. So if we wanted to play, up to a point system, you could take it when you win 5, that's 5 points. You play another game, and you could do that by 5 points too. But that's really the game.
And I could see where you could get 6-year-olds playing it. You probably just want to keep it so 6-year-olds are playing 6-year-olds.
Right. Because it is really easy to kind of figure out if you can remember the longer it takes, the harder it is to work it because you forget what's underneath it. If you hit them right away, it's really easy. But once you pass a certain point, much like tic-tac-toe or Connect 4 like you said, or pretty much checkers kind of like that. But yeah, it's an easy game. It's, basically what it is the instruction sheet is literally this. And it's all big print. So that makes life a little bit easy. So you have any pros or cons?
I think the only kind of I think it would be a great party game. That's probably a huge pro for it, is that, especially, it's the tradition lives on, would be a great drinking game.
Right.
Because anything that messes with your memory is going to go in that direction. But despite the instructions being relatively contained, I found myself rereading them like several times and not feeling like I completely understood. It is one of those hands-on games where I think it really took a few rounds for me to understand exactly how it was
Right.
played.
And that made it more fun when it's kind of like over the counter. We just sat there over the counter and kept playing game after game and kind of figuring out how it felt naturally to play.
And rounds go very fast, so it's like it's very easy to get into the groove of it. And with the whole linking in with the pro of the party game, is that usually you're in a situation where other people's memories are getting messed with, and so when you have that situation, it's just makes for a good memory game.
Yeah, and it's based on two of my absolute favorite Simpsons characters, Itchy and Scratchy. The cartoons are wonderful. But yeah, I think it is what it is, and easy game to play, and probably something you can see playing at a party.
Well, thanks for watching.
Yeah, and if you want to know more about us, you can check us out at toyarchaeology.com. You can check us out on Facebook, and don't forget to subscribe to us on YouTube.
We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.